Hello and welcome. Hopefully we are all live and working. Welcome to another live stream, an Amazon seller Q&A live stream. Ask me questions, ask me anything about Amazon. How is everyone doing? Hopefully you're all having a good day, had a good weekend. And I suppose for those existing Amazon sellers, you had a good Prime Day as well, or Prime 4 days, I should say. It was a bit of a marathon actually. Hey Empire, how's it going? Thanks for joining us. Appreciate you coming on. We'll give it a few more minutes for the stragglers to jump on. But yeah, and guys, for anyone who's obviously watching this in the future, thank you for watching this as well. Because obviously, after this is done, it will be available for everyone to watch again. I know a lot of people like to listen to these when they're driving or doing prep and things like that. So I do appreciate everyone, whether you come on live or not. How's it going, Empire? You're all good. Hopefully you get some good questions today. Otherwise, I'll have to try and ramble on for an hour and keep everyone entertained. It's 1 minute past. Exactly, Brad. It's 1 minute past. Stragglers. No, it's all good. Don't worry. I was nearly late as well, actually. Yeah, so Empire was saying, good video with the wholesale guy. Yeah, so after you guys have watched this, check out my channel. I did an interview with Ryan, who works at a wholesaler. He's an account manager at a wholesaler. He actually deals with Amazon sellers, but he's also got some insane inside knowledge about wholesale. So this is from the actual horse's mouth, someone who works in wholesale, knows what he's talking about. And yeah, it was absolutely insane. Genuinely, it's such a good video. There's so much information in there. It was insane. Hey Patel, how's it going? Thank you for joining us. I appreciate you coming on. So yeah, definitely. Oh yeah, he also mentioned a wholesaler as well. Yeah, so if you watch through, he actually mentions a wholesaler you can try as well. I totally forgot the name of it. Don't mention it because obviously you have to watch the video to get it. So, but yeah, it was a really good video. And if you got, I tried to when I was doing that video, that interview, I was trying to obviously get every question I could in, from like obviously opening accounts, negotiating prices, to credit, to all the little tips and tricks, things like that. But if I've forgotten anything, obviously you can leave any questions in that or comments in the video of that one, and then maybe I can do a part 2 follow up. So, but yeah, it was so good, to be honest. But yeah, how did everyone's Prime Day or Prime 4 day event go? Hopefully that went out well for everyone. You got some good deals. It was a bit of a weird one. We'll probably do a little summary in a minute on that one. I just need to put a quick little announcement out to everyone to remind everyone I'm online. And I'm live. I am live. Just to let everyone know. Cool. Right. So I won't do an at everyone on that one. But yeah, and thank you to OA Hero, the sponsor of this video. That's my software, sponsoring myself. But yeah, new release coming out. I'll show you guys in a minute. Awesome stuff. Brand new feature coming out. We're just ironing out 1 or 2 small bugs. I was just on the call with a developer before this call, about half hour ago. Super exciting stuff. A new feature coming on OA Hero, which is insane. So, and then the price is going to be going up, because this was a bit delayed. I was going to do it on the 15th of July. I was going to put the price up. I'll probably wait to the end of the month now. But yeah, once this is released, hopefully I'll be able to do it after this call. Probably tomorrow morning, actually. Yeah, it's going to be insane, really. But yeah, I've got some good screenshots to show you guys, little previews of what's going on with OA Hero. But yeah, that's my software, so check it out if you want. It's right now £100 for lifetime. That's all it costs, £100 for lifetime. That is not going to stay. It's going to double in price at least. So yeah, check that out. Sounds a little low, maybe my laptop. Yeah, maybe. I'm not sure. Anyone else having issues with sound? Let me know. Maybe it's actually a little bit. Yeah, it seems to be maybe. Maybe just try and. Is that a little bit better? Don't know if that made any difference. Okay. What I can do is quickly just open up my Shure Plus Motive app. Yeah, I've noticed. I'm looking at it now. Actually, I think I made it a little bit better, but I'll just try and adjust it in a minute. I'll keep an eye on that one. But yeah, so let me know how you get on, Gary, with that wholesaler, and how you get on with the wholesale, things like that. So, but yeah, if you've got any questions about ungating Patel, far away. Yeah, throw the questions out there. I'll get to them as we go. Hey, Ryan, how's it going? Thanks for joining us. I'm good, thank you. Cheers. Had a pretty good weekend, pretty relaxing weekend. Barbecue on Saturday, Chinese on Saturday evening. Sunday, I kind of chilled, worked a little bit, chilled a little bit. It was good. So, just waiting for this app to open up. But yeah, so what I can do is I'll increase the mic gain to maybe 41 decibels, see if that makes a difference. But yeah, let me know if that makes any difference to you guys. Apologies if that's, I don't know, nothing's changed, but you know what these things are like. Things just change, and yeah, I'll put it a little bit closer maybe. But yeah, okay, we're going into the yellow now, so hopefully that's done it. Sounds horrific. Might start a go. What's that for? Sorry. Just need to make sure it's not going through any other. You see, I don't change anything to setup, and suddenly it changes. Anyway, so type it in the stream title. Oh my god, just total chaos. So I spend so long on the title to Amazon seller. What's wrong with it? Ask. Oh yeah, I see it. Yeah. I'm trying to fit it into 55 characters, so I spend so long trying to do that, I actually miss spelling mistakes. Thank you, Brad. Fixed. I'm so bad at spelling mistakes, honestly. But yeah, any questions you guys got, feel free to throw them out there. Patel through, yeah, I don't know if you asked yet already about the ungating, but yeah, feel free to throw it out there and we'll be good to go. I don't know what's going on the mic. Anyway, hopefully we'll be okay. But yeah, is the sound better, by the way? Hopefully it's okay, cool, right, okay. Your terrible weekend. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, it's weird. I do actually find it hard sometimes to relax, but yeah, this weekend it was good. Too much food on Saturday though. Really good barbecue though. Really good. Cannot complain about it. In fact, I don't know if my friend's watching, who's working for me, but yeah, she was there as well. So, but yeah, it was all good. I enjoyed it very much. But yeah, Prime Day was kind of interesting. So I think the days of the midnight big drops are kind of gone, I think. I don't know how you guys found Prime Day. For me, I didn't take full advantage of it, to be fair. I think Prime Day now has turned into what was basically a 2-3 hour event at midnight on the first night to essentially a 4-day long epic where you basically have to keep an eye on all the deals throughout the day. And I got some absolute cracking deals, to be fair. But on the midnight, not so much. I did spend a decent amount of money, but I was hoping for a little bit better. But yeah, definitely, it wasn't. I don't know. It was interesting, but yeah, I definitely didn't pay as much attention to it as I should have on like those sort of 4 days. I think maybe I spent 1 day looking at the A2A deal. So yeah, I don't know how you guys found it. Good chats in the evening though. Yeah, that was really good fun. I'm gonna need to do that more. Where we had the chats and and the like. I'm going to do more of those actually. Need to think about exactly when I'll do them. But yeah, that was really good to hang out with you guys and chat and actual live voice call. And that's where I obviously met Ryan and we did the podcast, so opportunity as well. But everyone gets to learn and chat, and it's really good actually. So yeah, I love hanging out and chatting to you guys actually, which is we'll definitely do that more often. But yeah, so Patel Mahir, if you got that question, fire it away, mate. Let me know how it goes. Yeah, exactly. It was fun to get to know everyone. Yeah, exactly. People you may be chatting to for a long time, and you actually get to actually speak to them. And yeah, but yeah, it's good to be. I'm gonna try and schedule more of those in. Actually, if I can, I maybe try and do. I'll think when I'm gonna do it. Basically, might be a bit ad hoc, might be scheduled. I'm not sure yet. But yeah, if you guys got any Amazon questions, let me know. If you've got any wholesale questions, I should be able to answer those now that I'm a wholesale expert after watching that live video. But yeah, so yeah, the wholesale video was insane, to be honest. There's so many good tips in there. And what was funny is Ryan had taken actually a wholesale course from someone I won't say, and basically said it was just absolute rubbish because it's almost like they've never done wholesale before, or really. And obviously he actually being in the industry just thought the course was absolutely rubbish. Do you feel I've heard really bad things about pretty much every wholesale course out there. So I can't say Empires. It's I don't want to upset people, but but yeah, just saying that basically it was rubbish. Because the biggest takeaway I got from the video, without giving too many spoilers, was that people overcomplicate things a bit much, to be honest. I don't know if I actually mentioned it in the actual podcast, but yeah, it might be. I'm not sure. Yeah, definitely overcomplicating things, and wholesale's a bit weird. There's this weird little it's a weird business because most businesses want and they want to make money, but some wholesalers are a bit iffy about taking on new clients. But anyway, it's a really good thing, and we obviously Ryan answered a bunch of questions and stuff. It was really good. Andrew's saying he paid £1,000 for a wholesale course. Useless. Learned more from your Cogito content than I did from the entire course. Well, I appreciate that. So, where's my £1,000? It's all good. No, I'm glad you enjoy my content anyway. So, check out that video as well, Andrew, on my YouTube channel. I released it today. Really good stuff. One thing, just like, do you need a website? Not really, no. You don't need a website. A lot of courses say you need a website, you need a web presence. Basically saying there's no harm in having one, but you don't need one really. Maybe we should call this like wholesale revealed or something like that. I can dispel some of that information that I learned. And but no. I'm glad you enjoying the videos, Andrew. But I've heard honestly terrible things about these wholesale courses. It's kind of it's weird because does wholesale really so that's one thing he actually said was try not to mention you're an Amazon seller. Doesn't really know why there's such hate for Amazon sellers. I've heard things in the past from other places, like why the wholesalers not like Amazon sellers. The only biggest thing I can really think is that just a little bit they're a little bit tend to sometimes be maybe a bit too demanding, tend to maybe be a little bit maybe riskier a client. Risk is a big thing he talked about, to be fair, when it comes to doing signing up customers, how you can mitigate that. And just not doing the quantities, and maybe just being essentially probably a picky customer and an annoying customer that doesn't actually spend much money but takes up a lot of time. So because they run on thin margins, they do run on thin margins. So you want people who basically are easy buyers, buy in bulk, and again, I don't want to give it too much information, but buy the carton or the pallet. That's a very important thing he said as well, because it saves on man hours for picking in the warehouse. And things like that. But Amazon sellers just have a bad rap. So go in definitely and say you're an e-commerce / like distributor, that kind of go in that kind of premise. And I guess if they ask, you can say, look, we sell on Amazon and we sell on many other platforms, or a multi-channel seller basically. And Amazon's only one small part of our sales channel, something like that, so I'm not a big fan of like lying, but if they obviously ask outright, then you can say but saying that, to be fair, like I've signed up some wholesalers, I've told them I'm an Amazon seller, and I basically end up buying nothing from them because the prices just weren't good for me. I'm now going to approach, but so they probably look at me as like a bad buyer really, who's essentially just wasted their time. But it's more about the fact that prices aren't that great. So because I guess Amazon sellers as well probably are not very experienced in the industry, so they're coming in, don't really know what they're doing. Me, basically, and I hold my hands up on that one. I know nothing about wholesale, although I know lots now. But it's all theory though, not actual practice. Cody's saying, I'm seeing some grey hairs, Mogul. Yes, definitely got some grey hairs on the side somewhere. I don't know how you can see them. What kind of resolution is your screen? I think there's a few grey hairs floating in there. So that's the one downside of having hair, I suppose. You can see the old grey hairs. You're not the first person to mention that this week, actually. The second person to mention that to me this week. So I might have to get the dye out and start. No, I really don't care. It's part of getting old, isn't it? What can you do? How about negotiation? What was said about that? Let me remember what he said. Essentially, just go in and so I'd heard some rumors about. I'm trying to think what he said actually. So one thing I heard from like Buybox Bandit was people saying like, go and say, look, I need this price. Can I? How many do I need to buy to get that price? Ryan didn't necessarily recommend that. What he was basically saying was just talk to them and say like, what's the best price I can get on this, and just try and negotiate, I guess. On the prices, and if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. And obviously buying with cash as well, not credit, makes a big difference. And the other big thing as well was shipping is a big cost when it comes to wholesalers sending stuff to you. So that could take up a big part of their profit. So in theory, I suppose if you could collect it, in your own van, maybe. I'm not saying you should do that, but obviously ordering a big pallet's worth of stuff, of multiple stuff, is going to make things cheaper for them and make it more negotiable for pricing. And the other thing as well, the big tip was basically everyone's got targets at wholesalers. All these guys have got targets. Negotiate prices at the end of the month. You might be able to get a better deal because there might be, they might need that 5-10 grand spend to hit over their payment, over their hit their goals for their bonuses, things like that. So they might be all willing to negotiate. But I think over time, just building relationships with them, you will be more likely to negotiate prices. The other thing as well is you can play wholesalers off each other as well, which all comes down to the tips that he gives you about actually finding wholesalers as well, which is really good, to be fair. So again, it's nothing like groundbreaking. I mean, it's just good to hear it from the source. I suppose that's the main thing, really. It's good to know you've got an industry insider giving you this information, but almost just like with Amazon, there's nothing that revolutionary. It's fairly obvious information, but yeah, it's just good to get that confirmation, I suppose, and someone who's actually done it. And but I would say none of the information was like super. I was saying that, to be fair, some of it was really gold, actually. I mean, it's all gold, to be fair, but yeah, at the same time, I'd say some of it's like fairly obvious, to be fair, but you could say that about anything, to be honest. Hey, Amazon sellers invite getting played off each other against their competition. Yeah, so Garrett, I have something 2,000 for sale on Amazon. Okay, cool. But yeah, I'm not sure what you. Okay, is that what you want to get ungated, or that was actually Patel, wasn't it? Don't know what that is. But yeah, what was I going to say? The other good tip he gave you. Oh, it's the grey hairs. Okay, I literally don't care. Honestly, it's part of getting old. It is what it is. Yeah, it's not that bad yet. So I'm really not that fussed. I've got other things to worry about than a few grey hairs. Maybe you're talking about the kind of this one here. I don't know if it just looks grey because of the light. But anyway, we'll pluck it out. But yeah, yeah. So let's talk about how. Let's just talk about wholesale while we're here. Why not? Because it's fresh in my mind, and you guys obviously need to watch the video afterwards. But like, how do you actually find wholesalers? Does anyone want to know how to do that? Because that was a big one. I was like, how do you find wholesalers? How do you open accounts? How do you negotiate prices? All this kind of stuff. So, how do you actually find wholesalers? Again, it's fairly obvious. And Brad, you've probably done this before as well. Let's say you find a product, like, although we use Nivea example, but this is a DJI or GoPro, whatever you want to call it. Call up the brand and, call them up and say, ideally, if you can, try and get a trade account with them. Big companies like Nivea, GoPro, you're never going to get one. So then obviously when they say no to that, just say, can I get a list of your distributors in the UK or in Europe? They should freely give you that information. And then from there, you can then call them up and say, look, I was referred by DJI. I'm interested in buying your action cams. They give me your name. I'm looking to open an account with you. And then basically, do that. And that's where if you can get 2 or 3 accounts going, you can then potentially play them off each other when it comes to prices as well. So, yeah, it's nothing groundbreaking really when you think about it. But because at the end of the day, like DJI, who makes this camera, like they want to get sales. So they're not gonna hide the information. They shouldn't do anyway. But obviously, you're never you're never going to get like a brand deal with a big company like that. But if you go for a smaller one, you can potentially get like a direct distribution brand deal. But yeah, that was like, it was good to kind of hear that. It's like, okay, that's the way to do it. Because traditionally, people say, how do you find wholesalers? Go to the 20th page of Google, and you're right, Brad. Be brave, be bold. What's happened here? Yeah, exactly. And basically, you've got to hit the phones, you've got to call up, you've got to ask questions, introduce yourself, be professional, and be persistent as well. That's a good tip, I'd say. And you can definitely do this. So it's something I'm definitely going to be trying again, although I have got so many projects going on right now. It's unbelievable. I've got another bit of software that I want to create now as well. Because one big thing I've been doing recently is I've been trying to... I'm always someone who basically is like always pushing forward. I'm always buying new stock and not worrying too much about like looking back, if that makes sense. But man, I've got so many stuff that's been not delivered, that's missing. like gets lost in Amazon. I'm so bad at chasing all this stuff up, even just from the point of view of like ordering from the retailer, making sure it actually gets delivered to the prep center. I just found out like I'm missing a few items. Like I'm actually those Ryzen processors from Prime Day. I'm missing one of those from Amazon, so I need to chase that up. And I'm missing something from ages ago that I just can't claim on now because they all say it's too late. So all these little leaks, I'm really working now on fixing all the leaks on Amazon. I was like, you know what? Software around this would be absolutely sick. Something that basically lets you track the entire life cycle of a product, which is kind of going back to the whole Amaz Seller, which is another bit of software that I've got, which is free. I've not updated it in ages, but I was thinking, you know what? It's a good platform to actually create this because everyone's putting their purchases in there already. Once you've got those purchases in there, you can then essentially bring the data in from Amazon and you'll be able to see everything that was checked in, that's been sold, and look for any kind of discrepancies. So yeah, kind of an interesting one really. But I've got too many projects to think about. But yeah, kind of exciting really. And obviously I'm trying to think about wholesale as well and things like that. So something that tells you when it's claim eligible. Yeah, that's another good information. But yeah, exactly. There's so many things that could be done around that, and yeah, just trying to track the entire life cycle. Because at the end of the day, like I might see 100 items get checked in. Let's say I buy 100 perfumes, whatever, Versace's. They get checked in. I can see that's in the shipment, but then I can't. It's not easy to then see have I actually sold 100 Versace's. Have I? And obviously, if you've sold 100, have any been returned? Then obviously you need to reimburse on those if they're like distributed damage, things like that. But even just from like the most basic point of view, ignoring returns and reimbursements and stuff, it's just like and warehouse damage is like, I sent 100 in, have I sold 100? And if I haven't sold 100, what's happened to the ones that are missing? There's a lot of stuff that's really hard to track in Amazon, especially when you get to the scale that I'm doing now, where I'm sending in thousands of products every single week. It's almost impossible. It gets to the point now where, so I'm with Warehouse Goblins, by the way. That's the prep center I use. So if you want to use Warehouse Goblins, same as me, ring them up. It's warehousegoblins.com. Get in touch with them. Where the guys Chris who owns it, ringing me up and say, "Oh, you just had like a pallet of things delivered." And I'm like, "What? I don't remember ordering that." And I also went down the other day, and he was like, "Oh, these are your monitors," and I'm like, "I've not ordered any monitors, mate." I'm like, "These can't be mine." He's like, "Yeah, there's like 12 monitors here." I'm like, "Oh, they've got my name on them." I'm looking through my email. Oh yeah, I ordered 12 monitors. I literally just blank it. Maybe I've just got a bad memory, but yeah, it always blends into one now. So yeah, definitely a lot of leaks going on. And one of these things that I bought was a Nanoleaf. It's lost. That's £90 lost, and I can't claim it back now. It just didn't arrive. And I ordered it from 2 different places, so I don't know who lost it. And yeah, it's just there's so many leaks that happen, and obviously we run on very thin margins. So you can't be losing these things. It can really hurt your bottom line. So it's definitely something I'm working on now, is really putting in good systems in place to track this, and probably just writing some rudimentary software to get that working, and then eventually maybe I can release that on Amaz Seller. But yeah, thinking about too much. No, it's just literally, you'll get there, Brad. You'll get there. You will get there. It's by Amex and Capital on Tap, I'm literally gonna be squeaky bum time paying that off this month. 12 months, yeah, sure. Look, I had it on the inbound and everything like that. It was all good. It just, in my mind, I'd forgotten about it. So it was in Amazon. It was on the inbound sheet. I just totally forgot that I'd ordered it, essentially. Yes, so Stargaze, I do have a VA, an admin VA, and she mainly just right now, she doesn't actually have access to my Amazon account. I need to get her access to that. I was going to do it around Q4, but I was really nervous about the amount of stock I had in there and adding someone in. Especially if she's tried to log in with one of my accounts. I was like, whoa, you need your own account here. So, yeah, right now my admin VA chases all my invoices for me. She does track all my purchases for me. She does all my bookkeeping for me, but I need to add more tasks onto her to do the Amazon as well. So, but I need to document, this is the thing, you need to document it, understand it yourself before you can ask someone to do it. I'm a big believer of that. So, especially, yeah, when they're new to something like this, although with bookkeeping, actually, she was very proactive and learned how to do that herself. I don't know how to do bookkeeping. But yeah, I'm a big believer of that obviously, I think VA should be extensions of yourself, and you should know how to do it first, and then extend, and then obviously just pass that knowledge on that task onto them. That's my opinion. Could be, other people might disagree, but that's how I think anyway. But yeah, so I need to utilize my VA a little bit more, and get her really tracking stuff on Amazon. Oh, cool, I've got a message. But yeah, so Yeah, anyway, so yes, that's something I'm just working on right now, which is just a big mammoth task, to be fair. So, and to be honest, there's probably, I mean, I was thinking it's worth going back more than 6 months or 3 months because I can't claim it, but at the same time, I can write it off on tax. So, hey Zara, how's it going? Thanks for joining us. You messaged me, didn't you? Hopefully, I answered. I can't remember now. I did, yeah, cool, yeah. Zara sent me a listing for it. She's like, "Why is this product so expensive?" And I was like, "Well, yeah." But it gets no sales. It gets like 0.3 sales a month, so it's like one every 3 months. Yeah, so it's expensive, and it's not going to get any sales. Simple, yeah, not supply and demand, like just price, basic stuff when it comes to pricing. So yeah, it's just too expensive. So, yeah, if you guys got any questions, by the way, feel free to throw them out there. I feel like I'm doing a lot of rambling and talking. But, yeah, so sourcing's been going really well as well. So, I say I've had to stop buying because I've literally run out of money. It is going to be squeaky bum time paying. I was working out earlier. I was like, if my disbursements come out just in time, I should be able to pay my couple on tap. And then Amex, I might have to pump some more money in because it's, I was like, I may have overspent this period a little bit. I need to start pushing some sales through as well. So, but yeah, kind of crazy. Let's talk about OA Hero. But I want to show. I took some screenshots earlier. So anyone who doesn't know what OA Hero is, it's a Chrome extension that I created. It's got multiple different things that you can do. One of them is, let's actually show you on screen here. So this is the new feature, by the way. On Amazon, it will pop up any information around a brand that's on our sort of restricted list. So this is a good brand to avoid, Al Haramain. This is what pops up on Amazon with the Chrome extension. It tells you that it's IP. You can see the blue arrow there. It tells you some information as well, if there is any. We don't have information on all the brands. Sometimes it's just obvious. But yeah, avoid this brand at all costs. Very protective. This is the new feature that's coming out in the next few days, hopefully tomorrow morning. Amazing that this works on. It works on pretty much every single Amazon site. So EU, UK, all this kind of stuff works on that. So we've got all these labels that pop up in the information, which is really useful. So that's pretty cool. That's the new feature that's coming out. It also works on Quigita as well. You guys know I love Quigita. There was a killer deal that dropped on Quigita today. Someone messaged me, said, "Oh, is this a good deal on Quigita?" And I was like, "Wow, this is really good." I was like, "Buy." And it sold out too quickly. But anyway, on Quigita, you get the same information. So you can get Al Haramain's IP. You got the general info in there as well. You may have some sort of like special code at the bottom right there for extra entries into the MacBook giveaway, which you guys definitely need to enter. So check that out. You can go back and have a look at that one. Prime Day Roundup. So there's that one as well. So that's another feature that Quigita does. So you can also do some searching of the GTI on the page as well. This is the other feature as well. So I'm just adding features, constantly. And so if you go to a certain, this is the most valuable feature I personally think, is like you go to something like John Lewis, it tells you information about how much you can order. Does your site care about order limits? Is it like Boots or John Lewis, where Boots really care and John Lewis don't? And I just realised there's a spelling mistake in there as well. I need to start using Grammarly more. John Lewis D-O-O. I can fix that pretty quickly. But yeah, so yeah. But anyway, really use this is for £100 for lifetime. This is so valuable because if you find a lead on John Lewis that's really good, you can loop orders basically using this information. Obviously, you see it once, you kind of know it, but you can get the VAT invoice information, the ungate information, really useful stuff there as well. So. And then this is some news that happened to me today. Interesting news. But this is what, I can update this and it immediately appears on OA Hero. Molton Brown issued me with a parallel import claim today. So that immediately went onto the Chrome extension. I just updated the database and it's immediately available, this information. So, any information like this can get immediately pushed out to everyone. Parallel import on Molton Brown. And say on the 14th of July, Molton Brown issued parallel import claims, suggesting the brand might be tightening enforcement on Amazon. So this is another really powerful feature of, exactly, Brad, Molton Brown clamping down on Amazon. So this stuff could save you massively, seeing this information like this. So as soon as it comes into me, I get it onto the database, it's immediately available on the Chrome extension. And yeah, this is some kind of breaking news on this brand. So that's what happened to me today. Fortunately, that was some stuff I bought from, talking about John Lewis, I bought it from John Lewis. So I put my invoice from John Lewis on there and it got removed because it's parallel import obviously means you're importing it from Europe or outside the UK. So I was able to win that very quickly. That was fine. Listings back up, all that kind of stuff. But just shows you an indication on that brand. Be cautious. So this extension, not only can you make me more money, because sorry for the sales pitch, guys, but I'm so excited about this extension. Makes you more money by knowing how much you can actually push a website for orders, but also it's going to save you and save you money by not having stock like Morton Brown stuck on Amazon and things like that and buying the wrong brand. So yeah, it's a huge, anyway, OAHero.com, it's £100 for lifetime. That price is going up to £200 at the end of the month. There will be a yearly option at that point, but yeah, that's what it is basically. We'll now go quiet though, or PL just to start. This is the thing, Brad, we don't know. So now it's seeing that, and I put an announcement out in the Discord server as well. Just keeps you a little bit aware, maybe. So maybe where you might have bought 1,000 units of Morton Brown in the past, maybe you want to rethink that a little bit. Maybe be a little more cautious when it comes to that. It's an indicator. It's a slightly worrying indicator. If it's just parallel import, and we never see anything again, it's fine. It's all good as long as you're buying from UK. You're absolutely fine. Nothing to worry about. You win those I think I won it in like 2 hours. I basically submitted the claim. A couple of hours later, I can't remember exactly what it was. 3 hours later. It was won, it was fine, and I was back on the listing. So, because I bought from John Lewis. But yeah, so, oh yeah, thank you, Empire. Yeah, did I not put, no, did I not put 2025? Oh yeah, God, what is wrong? I'm so, honestly, at the moment, I'm trying to do too many things and rush through things. Yeah, that needs to be changed to 2025. Yeah, so bad. But the good thing is, I can do that right now. But yeah, 2025. Thank you for reminding me on that one. So bad. I need to double check this stuff. It's really bad of me. So good thing is now though, that is now. Oh, I'm on the read only. Never mind. I'll do it afterwards. But yeah, so typo, so bad. Yeah, it could be. So it's just a warning. Just keep an eye on it. So it might affect your buying decision, maybe on that kind of thing. You might not want to go as deep as you would have before. Today, on Morton Brown, which has been a fine brand up to this point, a solid brand, honestly, really good brand, and yeah. So Zara was saying she loves OAHero, helps a lot, love it, use it every time. Well, I appreciate that, thank you. I'm glad you're getting some good use out of it, and we're going to keep adding more features to it. So yeah, exactly, it's a new fun brand, exactly. Oh, with me, mate, you can have lots of fun because I've got typos everywhere. I need to start putting things through ChatGPT a bit more. Make sure it's all looking good. But yeah, in fact, that might have changed the date, actually. I need to look into that. Because I did actually put that one through. But maybe I did put 2024 in. I'll have to check, otherwise I'll tell ChatGPT off. But yeah, so I'm glad you're getting some good use out of that, Zara. But yeah, it's a sick extension, to be fair. We'll just keep improving it over time. So they've got a developer working on it now. She's doing a great job improving it and adding new features. So it means it frees me up to do other things, really. And yeah, so that's really good. And she's a better developer than me as well. So yeah, that's the other thing as well. She knows more than I do when it comes to coding now. So because I've been out of the game a little while. But yeah, so yeah, it's just one of those things. We don't know how it's going to evolve, that brand, but we'll have to keep an eye on it. So do you roughly know what level of sales you start to see more auto-engage? So I don't know the level of sales, but definitely after sort of 3 months of doing selling, things will get a little bit easier for you. Some brands that literally, they'll make you ungate and then say you can't sell it. They'll start to open up. Definitely 3 months. I don't know if there's like a sales figure. But then definitely after 6, 9, 12 months, things definitely start opening up more. I'd say, yeah, 3 months minimum, but maybe 6 months, something like that. So for me, I've told the story many times. Tommy Tippy, bought that on Prime Day. It was fresh on Amazon. They made me ungate baby feeding. They made me ungate Tommy Tippy. And then I was all ready to go. I was like, yay, I've got these 1,200 baby bottles taking up my apartment to get them sold. They said, nah, you can't sell it. But then after 3 months or so, it unlocked and I was good to go. So, it's just one of the things where some brands, some things, they're a little bit cautious with new sellers and they're just a little bit locked down. And then, after time, yeah. And then obviously, of course, yeah, the big brands like Brad's saying, like Paco Rabanne. Although I swear someone got auto again on Paco Rabanne the other day. It was that I think Thomas, maybe did it. He's like the luckiest git when it comes to ungating. But yeah, basically any kind of like big perfume brand, big cosmetic brand, things like that are always going to need invoice for ungating. Oral-B, Panasonic, Philips, Versace, Paco Rabanne. Mark Jacobs, all those ones. Basically, you're always going to need invoices for those. They never auto ungate. So, well, very rarely auto ungate. You're very lucky if they do. But yeah, essentially, as I said, there's big news coming on. There's big changes coming to the ungating process. So that should hopefully be out in 1 to 3 months. No official update yet, but yeah, that should hopefully be coming out soon in the next 1 to 3 months, which is going to make things a little bit easier, give you a bit more transparency on what's going on. I think I actually saw the other day someone was complaining that they said they couldn't sell because someone sent a message actually, and I was like, oh, they actually explained why you can't sell, which is very unusual to be fair. Normally they just give you the blanket sort of denial. Yeah, 1 million units required, yeah, 100,000, yeah. No, so I think it might even be going back down to 10 to be fair. So there might be certain brands that still say to do, hundreds. But don't forget, guys, multi-packs count. So I have done it in the past where it was, say, Philips, for example, I think. They wanted 10 units, I think it was, and I just bought a pack of I think it was 2 packs of 6 bulbs, so or you could do a pack of 10 batteries, like one single pack, 10 batteries in there technically counts. Now, one thing I've not tried, like with HP and Brother and other ones like that, is try and just buy like a ream of paper that's got 500 sheets in there and use that. That's probably pushing it a little bit, but in theory that could even work. There's a brand I need to ungate. What brand is it? There's a brand that I was like, oh my god, I can't believe I'm not ungated on it. And I was thinking I could probably use that sheet, the sort of paper sheets thing to try it. I cannot remember what brand it is now. I can't remember. It's not Samsung. It's not Brother. It's not HP. Oh, I can't remember now. But yeah, it's quite a big brand actually. I need to get it ungated, but I cannot remember what it is now. Oh my god, I can't remember. But yeah, anyway. So don't forget, and I've got loads of videos, guys, on ungating. I've got the guide to ungating on my website, fbamogul.com. Account is too new on the rejection. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that was really good. Yeah, thanks, Brad, for that. And yeah, so that's kind of interesting, saying, look, you're too new, just wait, basically, which is really nice to hear, because that's the main thing. Was like we do obviously mind getting denied, but it's nice to actually get some feedback. There's nothing worse than having a company that basically doesn't tell you why they rejected you. But basically getting that feedback saying look, it's just you're too new, which is fine. That's fine. Then or whatever reason. But yeah, so that's good. Maybe we're even seeing these changes coming in there basically. But the big change that I understand is number of units is going to go down to 10 again, and there's going to be more communication going on. I think potentially getting rid of the ungating bots, maybe retraining the VAs in wherever they are, Philippines or whatever, because right now those VAs got the easiest job ever. They just reject everything and they still get paid, they still get a pat on the back, they've got 0 mistakes because technically rejecting everyone isn't a mistake. And yeah, whereas if they accept someone that's a mistake, they get in trouble. And yeah, the entire thing needs a redo basically. So hopefully that will happen, because Amazon have noticed sales are dropping for third-party sellers, and yeah, they want to change it because they make lots of money off it. So yeah, it's kind of interesting really, but yeah, it's one of those ones really. But yeah, anyone got any questions then, guys? It's been quiet today. I mean, the last one I did was Prime Day one. I couldn't keep up with all the questions, but been pretty quiet today. But yeah, if you've got any kind of... This is your chance, guys. I don't do mentorship, but here it is. If you want to ask me any questions, take advantage and ask me any questions you've got about anything to do with Amazon, really. Take advantage. And yeah, well, you got me. So something crazy like 6% of Amazon platform is third party. Exactly, yeah. So the fact that now it's really hard to onboard new sellers, they're struggling with ungating. The fact that you just get ungated you get denied for no reason. There's no feedback going on. I think it's all gonna get to change. So Tom's, how was your Prime Day? How much do you end up spending? I think I probably spent about 15 or 20,000. I got a really good lead from Amazon Germany. To be fair, that was really good. But as I was saying earlier, I think Prime Day's changed now from the midnight event to more of a 4-day marathon. So you need to be pretty much paying attention to the 808 drops pretty much every day for the 4 days. And I mean, one thing that I was obviously using Profit Sweep, which is a great group, but they need to be more discerning on what they ping. I think they were just pinging a lot of stuff that wasn't profitable. Obviously, you then get overwhelmed with everything, so definitely need to improve what gets pinged. But at the same time, they probably want to ping it. Better to ping it and then not ping it, I suppose, or be slow. And also, yes, Prime Day is about other retailers as well. There's all sorts of other sales going on. Exactly. So, yeah, take advantage of those kind of things. Go where the sales are. But yeah, I spent probably 15,000-20,000. Say, I think the Amazon Germany one was my best one. I should have potentially bought more. I bought 200 units. It was pretty much unlimited. It was I'll tell you what it is. It was an Osram car bulbs. Sells pretty well in the UK. Good profit. So yeah, pretty good to be fair. It was profitable in the UK, even though the Prime Day sale was on the UK on those bulbs. If that makes sense. So they were reduced in the UK on Prime Day. Yeah, I could still buy them from Amazon in Germany and sell them in the UK at that special price and make profit. Let alone when they go back to their normal price. So yeah, if that even makes sense. But yeah, and a lot of my stuff was actually quite bulky. They are, but not at that price anymore, Tom. So no, yeah. Do you use Cogita price drops daily? I don't say I'd use it daily because I don't source necessarily every day. But when I am sourcing, it is one of my primary sourcing methods, yes. And there was an absolute killer deal earlier on in the 25 to 50% drop one. There was a really good deal for maybe one of you guys bought it. It was a Revlon spray, and yeah, it was insanely profitable. Let me actually open it up on my screen. Amazon EAN search, I think. Let's have a look here. It sells. I'm pretty sure it's this one. Maybe it wasn't that one actually. Title search. Because I just found one that sells. Apparently, I've never seen one so crazy. 60,000 a month. I think it's this one. It could be that one. I've never seen it. Well, it's rare to find listings that sell 10,000 a month, actually. But yeah, it was. I can't find it now anyway. I think someone sent it to me. I can't find it now. Let's have a look. But yeah, it was a really killer deal. I missed out on it. Not that I was going to try it, but anyway. But I looked at the basket to see if it was there. Someone else who wanted to get it missed out on it as well. And yeah, it kind of sucked. But there we go. Someone else got it, hopefully in the group, and did well from it. Here we go. I've got the link now. So bad of me. Right, here we go. So yeah, it sells. This one here, it sells 1,000 a month. It was £2.28, £2.40 profit and 70% ROI. So really nice little deal there. Decent amount of stock as well. At least £300-400 profit there from one lead. So would I say it's the greatest deal in the world? No, but it's still profit. Pays for a lot basically. Yeah, so pretty good. Was it £6? No, it was. You've got it. No, it's a £12 item that you could buy for £3.36, including VAT and delivery and import fees. So yeah, pretty good. Very stable price as well, and yeah, it looked like a really good deal. Anyway, I said I missed out. I wasn't going to buy it anyway, but yeah, person who there missed out, and I missed it because I wasn't looking in that channel. But yeah, anyway, the only thing is Cogita, and I'm talking to them about this because I've said to them they've changed the API, they've changed how the whole getting information works. We're getting less price drops now coming in. I've told them you're gonna see a drop in sales. Your website might be more efficient and it might work faster, but there's gonna be less people buying stuff. So you need to make a decision on whether you want a fast website with no customers or a slow website with customers. So because right now they've changed the API. There's not as many drops coming in. There are obviously still drops coming in, but not as many as before. There used to be sort of thousands of drops every single hour, and now it's down to hundreds. So I'm definitely talking to them, trying to fix this, because it's just right now it's just a bit silly, really. They've changed the whole way that you can. Basically, their catalog just doesn't update as quickly. That's what they've done. They've changed how much their catalog updates. Used to update basically live. Now it doesn't. It updates every 15 minutes or something. I can't remember what it is exactly, but yeah. So still worth doing, but it's a little bit tougher to find deals. But saying that you get deals like that, I got one the other day. Which I think I told you guys about. I did not think it would ship, right? I did not think it would ship. I'm just opening up my Amazon now. It is. Oh my God, it's just insane if I can find it. This is a deal I got. I can't show you guys, obviously, but I'll screenshot the actual profit that I've got. The price keeps going up on it as well, which is just crazy. So I got. Oops. Let me just screenshot this quickly. This is from Cogita Price Drops. I genuinely thought it would cancel because it was too cheap. But this is what I got. It sells roughly 100 per month, but it does peak all the way up to 700-800 a month at certain times. It's been as high as 900 a month, depending on the price. Although around this price, I got 1,900 of these. So someone do the math for that. What's 1,900 times by 9? Yeah. Now it's going to take a while to sell. Don't get me wrong, because I bought so many. But this is a killer deal, and I'm just happy to. I'll just send them in 100 a month or whatever. Yeah, that was from Cogito price drops. Yeah, normally things that good cancel, but that one didn't, and it shipped. And there we go. That's a car from that in profit. It's going to take me a while to get it. Don't get me wrong. It's probably 2 years worth of stock, but you're never going to say no to that. And I'll tell you what it is. It's an Oral-B brush. It's an Oral-B toothbrush heads. So yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. Has Cogito ever provided info on how they vet suppliers? Just saying, do they give an order guarantee? Isn't sufficient. So they do obviously vet them. I did an interview with Taylor a while back, and she talked about how they vet them, like site visits, things like that. It's probably something that could be a little bit improved, maybe a bit more transparency on that one. I think definitely is probably an improvement for them. But they do obviously vet their suppliers. Now, obviously with this one, I was like, okay, I need to just maybe do some due diligence here as well to make sure. So I found out who the supplier was. They are a massive supplier in the UK. They do 33 or 34 million revenue a year. So I was like, oh, wow, okay, this is really good. So when I get something so cheap like that, I'm not, yeah, obviously they vet, Cogito vet them, things like that. I just need to do just a little bit of due diligence myself, just make sure we're all okay. Because these price, when they're too cheap, sometimes the alarm bells go off. But it's all good. Yeah, it's all absolutely fantastic. So, and yeah, I just got a really good deal. And I found that really good supplier. But yeah, obviously I ordered through Cogito. But yeah, it was kind of insane, really, to get that. So I'm shocked. But they do drop. You know, they do come along. If you can buy them, you can make a lot of money. So I don't know if there's a Cogito price drops link in the description, but obviously I use Cogito all the time. Cogito price drops, Arbisource as well together. How do you find the supplier? So when you are, everything I buy from Cogito always has a marketplace invoice. I only buy from marketplace invoice suppliers. I asked, basically one of my VA's, my admin VA's tasks is chasing these invoices, supply chain, sorry. And basically, yeah, I got that. And then in there it says who it's from, essentially. So now you can be naughty and going through them. I don't do that whatsoever. But yeah, it gives you that supply chain, which is important for Amazon, because if anything does come up, they always want that supply chain information. You know, you send them the Cogito invoice, they say it's not good enough. They say want the supplier, in which case I send the Cogito invoice and the supplier's information, and then everything's rosy. So yeah, it's pretty good. So that's the answer to that one. Cogito they'll guarantee the stock is 100% genuine, authentic. If it's not, you'll get a full refund. You know, obviously they vet suppliers and stuff like that, but it's all guaranteed in there. Yeah, you'll get a refund. It's all good to go. Any problems, sort it out. Sometimes the customer service is a little bit slow. They're definitely trying to improve it, but they will sort you out. Andrew's saying, when running my Cogito scans, is there any way to filter out the leads with like the $7.99 delivery add to the price, seeing more creep in? Is this on Arbisource, Andrew? I think that's an Arbisource bug. You need to speak to Arbisource about that and get that fixed. Because, yeah, it does happen every now and then. I just kind of ignore those ones. Yeah. I don't know why that happens, but yeah, if you see one of those, show it to Arbisource. He's in my group, by the way. You can just tag at Arbisource and show it to him. Something that definitely needs to be improved, because I've seen a few of those as well. It does get annoying. I've kind of almost filtered them out when I look now. But, yeah, it is kind of annoying when you see those. But, yeah. Zara was saying, how much should I calculate how much profit I make on one product when I send products to the prep center? So yeah, I assume Zara using something like SellerAmp or Buybot Pro to calculate your profits. Now, what I do is I don't personally put that information into SellerAmp. You can do if you want. If you have a fixed, the thing is, like, prep centers aren't always fixed fees either. It changes depending on the quantity you send in. But what I tend to do, like with that one that's £9 profit, for example, we looked at earlier, I just keep in mind, my prep cost is like 50p, so I've got to take 50p off. You know, so if I'm running something that's really thin, where it's like £1 profit, I just keep in mind, I've got 50p cost there. I also just keep in mind like shipping. Obviously, shipping to via UPS to Amazon is really cheap. You can send a 23 kilogram box for like a $5. But if you're going to fit 2 items in there, then or they're very heavy, and you can only fit 3 items per box. I do just kind of keep that in mind a little bit. Now, it's not the most scientific way of doing it, but when I'm looking at something, I'm always just keeping in mind: is this like a little mascara or a SD card or something like this? Which you can fit 1,000, 10,000 a box. In which case, I'm really not factoring that in for the shipping for that. Or is it something that can only fit 1 or 2 or 3 a box? In which case, I'm like, well, £5. I need to be making more money, really. So I'm just keeping that in mind. Some people do put like a calculation into SellerAmp where you can put a price per kilogram. I personally don't like that myself, but it could be kind of interesting. I just keep it in mind. It's one of those things, really. So I know what my prep cost is. I keep that in mind. So if I'm running something to thin margins and I've got maybe I'm making £1.30, I've got to take 50p off, then I know I'm at 80p profit. It might be a small item like a mascara, in which case I basically wouldn't even factor in the shipping. But if it's something big and I can only fit 2 in a box and it's heavy and it's going to cost me a £5, then I've got to knock off £2.50. So then I've got to knock off £3 essentially. So this is just kind of things that mental calculations you run. But pretty much only you can tell when something's big and bulky. So 99% of the time I'm not too worried about it. But every now and then I'll see something, I'm like, okay. It's like someone sent me something the other day, like a swimming pool lead. And I was like, okay, well, profit's pretty thin on this, and these are, let's see what the weight is and the size. And I was like, well, there's no money in it because the shipping, they have to send one at a time, so there's no money in it. So yeah, just gotta factor that in, really. So I think I do it in my head. You can add it into there are settings in there to do that. You can you can set your prep costs in there. You can put a price per kilogram as well. I don't like doing it myself. There we go. So yeah, hopefully that helps you on that one, Zara. But yeah. Right, cool. Be on for another sort of 8 minutes or so. So any final questions, let me know. But yeah, some good questions so far there from Zara and Andrew and ER as well. I appreciate it. Oh, and Nilby as well. Thank you for those. Oh yeah, ACA. Sorry, ACA, I missed your question there. Is Revlon IP? It is marked as IP on SellerAmp, but I don't think it is IP, no. So I think you're all good to go. I have no evidence that Revlon is IP at all. I've sold Revlon in the past. It's been absolutely fine. So apologies I missed your question there. Oh, I actually missed a few others as well. So sorry, guys. Ryan's asking, Canon. It is Canon. Yes, it is Canon. Yes, Ryan, that's the one. It's weird because Canon's hard-gated on... It's one of those brands where it's hard-gated on lenses, but then other things like printers and stuff, it's available. Yes, thank you. What's that brand, Canon? Andrew, I download the catalog daily and find deals that are really useful, but it takes time. This is the thing, exactly. You can put the entire catalog through, but it takes too long. Whereas Cogetti Price Drops gives you the price drops every hour. You can throw those into Arbisol, it scans in like 5-10 minutes. You're good to go. You run the entire catalog every hour. Well, you can't do it, basically. There's not enough bandwidth on Arbisol to do that. So, is it more money to send DG to Goblin's warehouse? So, it does cost more money to send it from the prep center to Amazon, yes. DG costs more money. I don't know the exact cost. I'll have to actually ask. Let me ask now. On live stream, what does a typical DG box cost to send to Amazon? But yes, it does cost more money, so you have to factor in as well. And yeah, it's got to factor in, I suppose. I actually don't know the cost on that one. It all depends. Some things I get insurance on, some things I don't. Sometimes I'm buying DG that only costs 3 or 4 quid a unit. In that case, I'm like, don't worry about insuring it. Other times I'm sending stuff in at 60, 70, 50 quid or whatever per unit. I'm like, insure that. But saying that, I actually had one come damaged, actually. So I need to chase, I'm looking into that. But yeah. And then, so yeah, unit cost in Warehouse Goblins is the same, yes, for Hazmat, yes. So they don't charge, I think the bundles have a little charge. Let me have a look quickly. I'll put it into the general chat quickly. Warehouse Goblins. Got a little command there, which I need to fix. So yeah, they charge, Warehouse Goblins, by the way, under 300 units is 45p. Over 300 units is 40p. Bundles is just 5p more expensive, basically. Oversize is an extra £1, and DG box cost is just it costs 75p. Well, basically a box costs 75p, which is basically the cost, the actual physical cost. Other prep centers charge like £2.50 a box, which is definitely not what they're paying for boxes. So yeah, And then Chris has just got back to me around basically cost around a tenner with UPS to send a DG, basically, in terms of like the actual shipping to Amazon. So it's maybe double the cost, depending on the weight. But yeah, just as a general rule. Okay, thanks. Cool. And that's the other good thing as well. Chris is available on Discord all the time. He's got the answer there. What more do you want? So Chris at Warehouse Goblins. But yeah, so nothing more to handle it. Same cost there to handle it. But just in terms of the shipping from Warehouse Goblins to Amazon is just a little bit more expensive. Got to factor that in. So yeah, but no other extra costs really. And obviously just say whether you want insurance as well. That's the important thing. Like I say, Chris for me knows if it's under like a tenner, don't bother, or under $5. If it's over that, probably insure it. So yeah, but yeah, awesome. And that's obviously a good question as well, because we are fast approaching Q4. What are we in July right now? That's the middle of July. So that's month 7, isn't it? So August, September, then we've got October, November. Yeah, so 3 months away. But still, I'm starting to think about Q4 a little bit now. Just a little bit. I'm thinking, maybe some good things could be for Q4. I'm also maybe thinking in a month or two about maybe liquidating some stock that I've got as well. Not taking an L, but maybe taking some lower profit to free up some capital for Q4 as well. I'll start thinking about that in maybe September time, and thinking about, what, I'm trying to sell this stuff through now, take a lower profit, and get some money back for Q4. And this is where Cookeater is really going to come into its own, because what is one thing they sell a lot of? Perfumes. So, and aftershaves and gift sets and stuff. And you can buy it in bulk. It's one of those things. I did so well last Q4 from Cookeater. It was crazy. So ER saying, do you do back to school? Honestly, I don't, but you should be doing it. There are all these sales that go on. Keep track of them all. I tend to be pretty much a generalist when it comes to what I sell. Stuff that just sells year round, isn't necessarily anything special or in demand, apart from Q4, where I obviously buy things that are specific to Q4. But you can buy things for summer, for winter. Actually, I do have some stuff down there, actually. I bought some gloves, for winter. They're really cheap. I was like, okay, I'll buy some of those for winter. I'm not ungated on them, which kind of sucks. But yeah, I need to get ungated. I'm just waiting for my invoice to come through. Hopefully the price is still good, because I'm going to buy like 1,000, 2,000 units. It was really good gloves, to be fair, for a really cheap price. So that's where I was thinking, winter and stuff. But yeah, I'm actually to kind of neglect some of these sales. I'm more of a generalist myself, and then until kind of Q4 really. But there's lots of opportunity available if you're willing to do these seasonal sales and think about that kind of stuff. Especially if you buy things when they just go out of season. Like right now, winter stuff doesn't sell that well. So there's probably a lot of discounts out there. But we know, well, as they say, winter is coming. So the old Game of Thrones reference there. It's not going to be long if you're willing to hold on to stuff for 6 months until winter's here. So, and you hope for a cold one. And yeah, you can do that. There's going to be great opportunities there if you're just willing to. The only downside is tend to have the capital and the space to kind of hold that stock for a certain amount of time till the season comes around again. Basically, it's like you'll see in September, October time. Let's say September time. A lot of supermarkets for a bit of retail arbitrage might be doing some really cheap sun creams, because they don't have the clientele and the customer base to sell sun creams year round, unlike Amazon. So I've definitely done very well in the past on some very good sun creams. Like P20 was a very good one. Obviously there's, oh my God, what's the one? Pisbian, another one as well. All these ones where you can buy them out of season. Couple of quid a bottle, The P20 stuff sells for like 25, 30 quid a bottle, if I remember correctly. Picking that up for 3 quid, that kind of stuff. So, yeah. Helo Care, another really solid brand. Yeah, expensive brand as well. All that kind of stuff. So, all that kind of opportunity. I bought some Meta glasses. I don't know why I keep doing these just wave my hands around stuff. And yeah. I'm going to do some retail arbitrage. So I need to get those videos going out. I think they should be here tomorrow, actually. I'm going to go out and do some retail arbitrage. Need to get into doing that. I need to really ramp up the content for you guys and get more information out there. So yeah, I need to do an OA sourcing video, because I haven't gotten back into Amazon. I've got some really good saucy tips to give you. But yeah, when it comes to, I've pretty much given you all the information anyway, but I need to do a video around it. So let me catch up quickly. Just Bad saying, I hear on the grapevine that DPD might be starting to accept DG in certain circles. That's excellent news. That'd be very interesting because I know my previous prep center, they did DG, and she was saying the lady that ran it, that they set up their DG with DPD. It took them months to get permission to do it. They had to fill in all sorts of forms and safety data sheets and blah, 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 blah. But if we can do that through Amazon, that is something if they can do, that'd be insane. That will help them massively, to be honest. That would be insane. So yeah, Brad, that'd be amazing if that happens. Sorry, I missed that, Brad. What you said earlier. How many people are in Cogito price drops? About 20, 18 or 20. It's not many at all. Someone joined the other day and was like, mate, this is an absolute money printer. He's literally made so much money since he joined. He's a hardcore sourcer, guy called Opt FBA. He literally spends all day sourcing, so no one who finds so many deals. But yeah, he's absolutely crushing it. Absolutely insane. But yeah, so halfway through August starts to ramp up. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Right. So Zara says, I hear lots of people on YouTube telling that beauty products are very hard to ungate for beginners. What should be avoided? Which scares me buying products from Gita. Look, yeah, exactly. So you need to be careful. This is the only downside. The only downside to doing wholesale is you tend to have to buy in bigger quantities. Now, if you buy 10 units from Latino or whatever, and you can't sell them or what you can't get, you can always return them. With Cogito, there's no returns, and you bought more. So what I suggest you do, Zara, is you buy from places like Notino or whatever, any items you want to buy, and get those brands ungated. So that's a good tip I can give you, basically. Or just try and buy products. Have you ordered from Cogito yet or not, Zara? Because if you've not ordered, I'll help you get your first product. But yeah, so ER said, did RA today, pleased with my little find, slower sellers, but from £4 to £12. Nice, cool, yeah. RA is another good thing. I'm terrible at RA, but I don't put the practice in. I don't do it. So, but yeah, if you do RA all the time, you find these great deals. Check out FBAmogul.com. We've got an RA guide for loads of websites. It's insane. Wes has been writing those for me. Brad also writes for me as well. Keep a Product Finder thing. So all the things I'm no good at, Keep a Product Finder, RA. Get other people who've got more knowledge than me to write those for me. But yeah, that's awesome, mate. So you have to teach me how to do it. I need to read my own guides that I've got, to be fair. No problem, Andrew. Thanks for coming on. I appreciate it. I'm going to shoot off in a few minutes as well, actually. Chat just suddenly picked up. So, but yeah, I'm trying not to animate my hands so much. I'm holding them down here. But no, yeah, thanks for coming on. I do appreciate it. But yeah, I need to get some more RA videos going and really ramping up the social media again. It's just, I need to get better time management, to be fair. But yeah, it's been exciting stuff, to be fair. Amazon's, actually, let's have a look. How am Amazon doing, actually? I was going to take a screenshot. I totally forgot. Oh, nice. So let's take a screenshot. Here we go. I wouldn't say it's the best ROI, but not bad profit overall. In fact, I'm just going to, let's just show the profit. Why not? Let's just do the profit for today. So that's today. My ROI is not good. I won't lie. But yeah, it's 163 for today, which is not too bad. It's not my best day ever, but it's okay. It's not the best overall. I've definitely got a few items that are tanking a little bit since Prime Day, but I'm just going to hold on to them. They'll come back eventually. It's fine. Kind of know it was going to happen. And then this month date is, I'll just do the entire one here. I say I'm not the proudest of this ROI, but at the end of the day, the profit is all that matters. So that's my month to date so far. So in theory, it should be on for maybe a 6,000 profit month. So I'm getting slowly. Oh yeah, I got cancelled as well. Sorry to hear that. Yeah, just getting there slowly up to the old sort of six. Yeah, not a little bit away from 10,000 a month, but we shouldn't be too far away from getting 10,000 a month again soon. So yeah, that's where we are right now, which is pretty good. So it should be hopefully 6,000 this month. And then, yeah, it won't be long till we're doing 10,000 months again, which is what I'm trying to do, get back to £10,000 months again. Because it looks good for social media. You guys won't listen to me if I don't do 10,000 months. This is one of those numbers that looks really good. So, I want to get back to 10,000 and that's what we're working somewhat hard on doing that. So, yeah, I've got some really good stock in Amazon. So, yeah. Did you get your £100 back, Zara? That's a question. Did you get your £100 credit back? Smith's Bargain Bin was the best to find good deals. Okay, interesting. Yeah, so there is a Smith's in Nottingham, but it's quite far from me, like 20 minutes. But you know what? I need to do more RA videos because they really are good for social media. So I'm definitely going to do that. So predict your Q4 total profit for 2025. See how close you are. Q4. I don't even know what I did last year in Q4. Let me have a look at last year. Let's do Q4 last year. What do you guys think I did Q4 last year? So October, November, December. This is what I did last year. 41,648 profit. Obviously minus expenses. This is gross profit. But it's a pretty gross figure, to be fair. So that's what I did. And good to do this because you get to see me like live screenshotting this. So you know I'm not lying. But yeah, like 9:52, 9:05:22. I was going to say, yeah, so this time round, you know what? I'm going to go for 50,000. Let's say 50,000 in Q4. That's what I'm going to go for. 50,000 profit. I don't know. It might be a little bit under. I don't know. I'll be happy with that, to be fair. So, yeah. So I'll be happy with that. So I had that little scale U move. So first half this year, first 3-4 months, bit rubbish. But yeah, I'm going to say 50,000 is my mere estimate, basically. We'll go from there. So in theory, should be pretty good. It depends. I'm selling my flat right now. It's taking ages to go through. That should be done this year if it doesn't fall through. I am just because Amazon is just essentially a function of capital. It's simple as that, really. So just keep building capital. I am very tempted to take that money. In a very fortunate position, I can just get all the money, and I'm very tempted to throw that into Amazon. That's how confident I am in Amazon right now. So my numbers could be even more insane. It's scary because that's a big chunk of money. It's safety net as well. But yeah, I've got this place, of course. But yeah, I don't know. It's a scary one, really. But maybe I'll put a little bit. I don't know. I'm tempted to throw it in there and just throw it into the pot in Amazon Q4 and do massive numbers, do insane numbers. So yeah. Exposed facts. Why the low ROI? So on some of those products, it just didn't work out very well. I think some products I bought from Cogita, they just didn't work out. I bought some perfumes that basically, they look really good, but obviously someone was getting them cheaper than I was. So I definitely I've made a few small issues, a few mistakes where I bought products that looked good at the time. I thought I was getting them at a really good deal. Like I say, with Cogita price drops and Cogita, you want to buy things that are on sale, that are a temporary price drop. You don't want to buy something that's available all year round or at those kind of prices. So definitely made a few mistakes on those. I had a few products where basically, I just bought them and ended up breaking even on them, which kind of sucked. What else happened? That was like a big one, to be fair. There were 2 or 3 of those where I was like, I didn't do very well on those. I kind of broke even, which is, I guess, I consider a win. A few others that you just want to get rid of them for Christmas. They're not sold by sort of December 15th. You need to get rid of them before the new year comes around. Otherwise, you're going to be stuck with them or too much stock. So those as well. So yeah, in the end of the day, I care about profit really rather than ROI. But yeah, Q4 was 25%, wasn't it? So it's not too bad. But yeah, I don't worry too much. I definitely buy leads that are just not high ROI. I look at how much money I can make on the listing in terms of actual money in my pocket, the profit. Now, when you actually start running out of money, you need to actually push your ROI up. You increase your buying criteria. But for me, if I see something that's like 15 quid profit, even if it's at 10% ROI, I can't not buy it. I can't help myself. Especially if it's a fast seller or something, I can't help myself. I'll buy it, and it makes my ROI look rubbish, but then my numbers look good. So yeah, it's one of those ones. Yeah, but need to be a little bit more discerning, considering you need to factor in other things like leaks in Amazon, returns, lost items, damaged items, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's one of those ones just like don't do as I say, but not as I do. So stick to higher ROIs, but don't do what I do. I thought you're gonna make double. Well, I don't know. I'm pretty conservative, Brad. 80's a lot, to be fair. I'd love to do that, but yeah, we'll have to see. I'd be honest, I'd be happy matching 40 to be honest. But yeah, if I go for 50, let's say that. Yeah. So, Zara, I think I reached out to them on your behalf. I'll double check. I think I did. Writing down 50k. Yeah. So hey SSA, how's it going? Thanks for joining us by the way. So we're probably going to end it soon, but yeah. Oh, you got 4 IP complaints from the same brand. I got them removed with an invoice. Well done, mate. What brand was that, SSA? Let me know in the chat urgently. Actually, I hope it's not Al Haramain. Please don't tell me it's not Al Haramain. Is Cogita what you do the most? Look, it has been in the past, but I was very heavy into Cogita, but now I'm doing a more balanced approach. It all depends on the kind of time of year and stuff. So my OA skills got a little bit lax. So I went back to doing OA and crushed it. ESPA, yeah, that's a well-known IP brand, I believe. I don't even think you can sell it. Yeah, ESPA, I think it's got red flags all over it, that one. I'm not so sure about Grow Gorgeous. Yeah, so I'd say right now probably 50% Cogita and 50% OA right now. As we go into Q4, it's probably going to be way more skewed to Cogita. It'd probably go to 80-90%, but OA is still very good. You know, yeah, I do both basically. They're both good. Hey, how's it going, mate? Njing, how's it going? Thanks for joining us. Did you sort out your Cogita problem? Your credit wasn't working, was it? Yeah, I think Zara, I did reach out, if I remember correctly. Let me look. Oh, no, that was someone with Sweden, actually. Zara, email me, DM me your email, and I'll reach out to Cogita, get that sorted for you if you haven't got your credit back. I've just sent some gorgeous products in Should I Be Worried? I don't know. I've not heard that brand myself, but yeah, if people are getting IPs, you should be able to win it with invoices, but it's not. You need to be looking and looking out for these red flags. Again, OA Hero will help you with this. So I don't know if we've actually got on there. Actually, let me have a look quickly. What's it called? Grow Gorgeous. Is that on the list? Let's have a look. Maybe it's not. Don't think it is actually. So I've not seen this brand before. No, it is. It's got an IP. Yeah, on OA Hero, it's got IP on there. Yeah, so it's on the list from OA Hero that they saved you. ESPA, I'm 90% sure is on there as well. I'm 99% sure as well it's on there because that's the brand. So yeah, this is where OA Hero comes in. Yeah, IP again. Look, ESPA, that one there. IP tells you. Grow Gorgeous, IP as well. Just throwing these on the screen. This is what OA Hero does for you guys. It gives you these warnings on Cogita and places like that. So, and it even works on Amazon now as well. So, yeah. Anyway, check out OA Hero. £99 for lifetime. £100 for lifetime. But, yeah. So, Bull, welcome, mate. What perfume are best brands to ungate? Paco Rabanne, Versace, Marc Jacobs, Armani, I can't think of any others now. Those are big ones. What other ones are there? I can't even remember now. What have I got in stock? If I search like EDP or EDT, will it work? I wonder. EDP. Yeah, I can't remember. Those are big ones anyway. Versace, DKNY, another one. Moschino is another one as well. Let me search perfume in here. Yeah, DKNY. Yeah, those ones probably do you. To be honest, there's a big chunk there. They do well. Versace's a big one. But yeah, so yeah, that should get you going basically on those. So they're the major ones, I think, unless I'm forgetting one or two. But Michael Kors, another one as well. I'm trying to get ungated on that one right now. Yeah. Anyone else got any suggestions? I can't remember them off the top of my head. But yeah, yeah. I know obviously lots of good brands like Hermes, but you can't sell that. I've got Hermes myself. I love that brand, so good. But yeah, you can't sell it unfortunately. But yeah. On BuyWhat Pro IP alert, but the data looks good. Will you still list product? Not sure. I think Seller Ramp and BuyWhat Pro alerts for IP and stuff are absolutely useless. So I wouldn't use them whatsoever, which is why I made OA Hero, because the data's more up to date. We keep it up to date. It's more relevant information. Seller Ramp and BuyWhat Pro don't keep that data up to date. So yeah, but yeah, if someone else is saying avoid, then avoid it. Yeah. So The day show sharp drop, yeah. So, could we get your price drop software? How much do you charge? Is it annual or monthly? So it is. I'm going to throw a link out for you guys. I kind of took it out of the description because I was like, oh, I'm not going to talk about this, and then we end up talking about it. Let me get the link up for you guys. YouTube Studio, content, live, Quigita. Let me get the link for you guys. Quigita price drop. Here we go. Let me throw it out there for you. There you go. So that's the link. There you get a discount as well. I've got no idea how much it's $59.99 a month. You can do it monthly. It's fine. So just a slight caveat now. There's we're having a few issues with the API. There are still price drops. They're still meant to be made. There was even a good deal today, and one a few days ago as well that I bought. But there's not as many drops as there used to be. But still profitable. Still money to be made. You can make. Well, I got that £17,000 profit lead. Crazy. Obviously minus expenses, but yeah, insane. So cool, guys. We've got a few more viewers on actually, which is interesting. Coming on a bit later. I've closed down the old YouTube thing here. Here we go. Right. Let me go back to my YouTube analytics. Yeah, any other questions, guys? So, saying if I'm struggling using software, is there an email chat where I can get help? Which software are we talking about? Quigita price drops. There's a Discord server, so it's a Discord server that you use. So it's all inside the Discord server. Inside there, so Quigita price drops, by the way, is run by my younger brother. I'm obviously in there as well. Can I help out with any questions, stuff like that? But it's run by my younger brother. He's in there as well. Any problems, fire them away, and then we'll try and resolve them for you, basically. But it's a Discord group. You obviously got my Discord group. All these links, by the way, in description, apart from price drops. But check out links in the description. You've got a link there for OA Hero if you want to get that. Again, £100 for lifetime. That is not lasting. It's going to go to £200 for lifetime with a yearly option as well. You've got Quigita. Get £100 off your first order with the code FBA Mogul. Super good. Quigita, you guys know I love Quigita. Got that 17 grand lead earlier. Going to take me a few years to sell the stock. But I've got options. It was so profitable, that one, that I could even drop the price down just to clear the stock. Where was it again? Not that one. Not that one. Not that one. This one here. Yeah, it's £21.39. If I drop this down to, £12, even a tenner. I think at £10 I can make £2 profit. So I could literally just bang in, and I'd get the SPM going through the roof if I half the price. It'll go through the roof. I could probably clear the stock in a month or two, so I could then bank £4 grand. It's just deciding, would I rather have 17 grand over 2 years, or do I have £4 grand in 2 months? One of those ones. I'll probably just take the 17 grand over time, basically. But yeah, no problem necessarily. It's absolutely fine. Happy to help. So SourceHub, thank you for joining us. I'm not sure if you asked a question before, but yeah. Is it good to get a wholesale account for OA2? What do you mean wholesale account for OA? Yeah, I mean, you can buy wholesale and sell. I actually don't know what you mean there. I'm not sure what the question means, actually. Is it good to get a wholesale account for OA2? I'm not sure what you mean on that one, to be fair. If you want to clarify a little bit. Because obviously OA is online arbitrage, where you're buying from stores like John Lewis or Boots. I don't buy from Boots, they're terrible. Or other sites like that, AO or whatever. Wholesale is obviously just buying from actual wholesalers or places like Quigita, which is a bit of a hybrid between wholesale and online arbitrage. It's a bit of a hybrid. You get access to 500 wholesalers from Europe, but you can order on a website. It's a hybrid. Honestly, it's so sick. I love Quigita so much. It's so sick. But yeah, anyway. And, okay, you can get 100 on your first order as well using the code FBA, which is just insane. Yeah. But yeah, it's just crazy. But yeah, check out OA Hero, guys, as well. I said I need to push that more. Apologies, I'm very, very, very selly. But yeah, it is genuinely. Obviously, I've been doing Amazon now for 3 years. My 3rd year anniversary was 6th of July. I am building software that I would find useful as an Amazon seller, and hopefully you guys will find useful as well. So that's all I'm thinking about, is just making software, and like I say, it's useful for you guys, helps you make money, helps keep you out of trouble. Yeah, it's awesome. I've got an idea right now, which is, I'll be honest, I kind of got the inspiration, basically stole it from Gaz, who runs another group called, what's it called? can't remember now. I'm going to give him a shout. Reseller Hub. I'll give him a free shout out. But yeah, he's got a really good Ungate bot in there. So I'm going to be replicating that as well in my Discord server. Plus a few other small Discord bots as well. So yeah, my developer's really looking forward to diving into that because she wants to learn how to do Discord bots. So yeah, SSA, yeah, there is. So what it is, SSA, it's a Discord group, but all the billing and all the stuff is managed through a company called WOP. So like WOP.com, basically. If you go to that link that I've given you there, it takes you to essentially a checkout page on WOP. You'll need an account on WOP. It links to your Discord, and then from there you can join the server. But you manage all your billing through WOP, so you can just do that. If you have any problems, DM me. You know, I'm FBA Mogul on the Discord community, in my Discord. Hopefully you're on my Discord, SSA. You can always, if you get any problems, just DM me. I'm always available to help and stuff. So, or if I'm not around, not answering, you can always put it in the chat. It's fine. People will help you figure it out. So WOP can be a little bit annoying and trying to find where it is. Once you find it, it's easy to cancel. It's just sometimes you have to go to the right place. But yeah, once you do it, you can just cancel it. It's easy. You don't have to ask permission. You just click cancel, and that's it. It's done. You know, it's all good. Whopping Thieves, exactly, yeah. So, well, you can see Spence from Profit Sweep has moved off WOP now, so he's got his own platform. So he's been building that up really nicely. Done a really good job there. Very impressed, actually. So, yeah, WOP are not the best, but they are what they are. So people trust them. But yeah, so, wow, it's a really good stream so far. I actually really enjoyed this one. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. So I really enjoyed chatting to you guys. It's really awesome. But yeah, so good to interact and answer questions. You know, you can obviously talk. This is my favorite. You can tell this is my favorite topic. I love talking business. Love talking Amazon. Yeah, just absolutely love this. Yeah, it makes me quite a bore outside of work because all I want to talk about is business. Hey Thomas, how's it going? Thanks for joining us. Yeah, one of those. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. At times I do think I'm quite boring. All I want to talk about is business, but it is what it is. So yeah. I'm a businessman. It's my life really at the moment. So yeah, and yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, just to remind you guys that have just joined, after this is finished, this will be available. Obviously, you can rewatch this if you want when you're prepping in the car, whatever. When I listen from the start, there is also on my YouTube channel released today. Earlier on, it was a podcast interview with a guy called Ryan, who works at a wholesaler. He's an account manager at a wholesaler. I asked him all sorts of questions and got all sorts of golden nuggets about getting into wholesale, like traditional wholesale. Check that out after this video. Check it out tomorrow. It's insane. I feel like we should be charging for that video. It is so good, honestly. And if people like it and watch it and leave comments and stuff, we'll do a follow-up as well with any other questions. But it was insane how good that video was. So, and I'm going to get back to doing more podcasts. One, I freaking love them. I really enjoy talking to people, and two, you get some amazing knowledge and stuff, you know. So Nikos, I'm doing another one with Nikos on Thursday. I need to check my calendar. I'm doing one with Nikos again. Going to catch up with Nikos. It's been ages since I've done Nikos. If any of you guys are interested in coming on and doing a podcast with me, doesn't matter how small, large, medium, whatever your business is in terms of Amazon, everyone's got something to contribute. Everyone's got an interesting story. So just reach out to me, DM me, and we'll get you on doing a podcast. I'm going to try and get back to doing more podcasts because I've neglected them, and they're one of my favorite things to do. They're also one of the most valuable things out there as well. Yeah, there's only so much knowledge that I've got and they can distribute and obviously having other people's knowledge as well is super valuable. So, and it's really awesome to get people as well who are willing to share that knowledge, which is absolutely sick. So sharing is caring, you know, and yeah, I find that stuff just, yeah, really good. Exactly, Brad. Honestly, one of the best, and obviously my podcast is the best, let's be honest. No, but the second best one is Buy Box Bandits. That YouTube channel has some knowledge in it. It is so good. It's only got like 6,000 subscribers as well. I thought it'd have more. The only caveat is a lot of American people. In fact, it's mostly American. I'm going to try and get on it, actually. I need to reach out to them, get some UK presence going on there. But that is a channel and a half, honestly. That has got some knowledge. I used to listen to that stuff all the time. I started listening to it again, actually, recently. I was like, man, there's some knowledge in this. Some of it can be a bit repetitive at times, but they interview some big guys who just drop some gems. Even like one little nugget of knowledge, as I call it, from that thing can change your business. It's insane. Brad, we've already done it, Brad. You missed it. You missed it, Brad. I said it earlier. You missed it. Check out the OA Hero little blurb I was doing, mate. You missed it. I'll possibly pop it up in a minute again if you want. So, hey Verado, thanks for joining us, by the way. Are you selling in EU, Amazon from UK via EFN only, or do you also send stock directly to EU? And do you recommend any third party something or others in Germany or France? What's the 3PL stuff? I can't remember. Third party something or other. Yes, I sell into EU. I use EFN, and EFN stands for European Fulfillment Network. That's basically where the stock lives in the UK warehouse, and then when a customer in Germany, for example, buys it, Amazon will deal with all the import, they'll ship it, they'll post it, they'll do everything basically, send it to the customer in Amazon. It's great. You do not need to register for VAT in those European countries. You have to pay VAT. Amazon deal with that for you as well. So if you're non-VAT, you still have to pay VAT. But they deal with all that, and you don't have to register for VAT in Germany. Let's say Germany, for example. If you do what's called pan-EU, if I remember correctly, which is where your stock is stored in Germany, the second you store an item of stock in Germany, you will have to register for VAT, which is a whole other thing that I don't want to get into right now. Filing VAT in Germany, registering, all that kind of stuff. Now, there's opportunity abound to make money doing that, because people in Germany will want things ideally next day delivery, like Prime and stuff, but I personally don't do it. But yes, there's opportunity abound to do that, absolutely. And from Germany you can then obviously then do other European countries as well. So it's insane what the opportunity is. But yeah, and then do you recommend any what does 3PL stand for? I cannot remember. It's third party something, isn't it, in Germany? Are you asking like prep centers or things like that? Bull. What happens is basically it comes back to you. So that's the other thing as well. You can actually see the fees in SellerAmp, by the way, or BuyBot Pro. It will come back to you in the UK. It is more expensive, obviously, to ship to Germany and other European countries. It's more expensive to accept returns, so you need to factor those in. I don't sell everything into European countries, but there are fantastic opportunities available where you can sell to those countries. So, yeah. But you just need to kind of factor that in. I've made a few balls up here and there. I sold a... So one thing obviously you need to be careful is like selling things that got plugs. Obviously, when you're doing A to A, EU to UK, you need to look out for European plugs. Obviously, you don't want to sell European plug things in UK, and vice versa. You don't want to sell UK plugs into Europe. I accidentally sold a Ninja, some sort of cooker thing, big thing, to some person in Sweden. They got it, complained about the plug, sent it back. I probably lost like 30 quid on that product just from the shipping alone. Totally my fault. I still got it sat in my living room, because they opened it, I didn't use it, but like they opened it. Yeah. So you still gotta be careful of that, really. But yeah, rich man's game, Penny. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, it's just for me. It's just the headache. The extra administrative headache. You have to get an accounting firm and in Europe and Germany or whatever to do it. I think Amazon do have a scheme where you only need to register in one European country, so like Germany, and it will deal with the VAT on your behalf in all the other countries, I believe. But for me, I just don't want that headache, even though there's a massive opportunity there. I don't know any prep centers though, unfortunately. Sorry about that. If you DM me, I can potentially find out. If you DM me, say, hey, just mention me something like German prep center, something like that. I can reach out to a few people, maybe get asked. But yeah, I don't know any off the top of my head. I think I did know one a while ago. I don't know what it is. Yeah, I knew one a while ago. I don't know what it is now, basically. But yeah, so honestly, guys and girls, there is so much opportunity. If we're getting to the motivational stuff now, there is so much opportunity to make money online. Even just on Amazon alone, the opportunities abound. One thing that's massively neglected is selling it from UK to EU. There are products that I find, and there's an option you can do on SellerAmp to turn European marketplaces on. It will tell you whether something is profitable in another country. Let me see if I can get one. Okay, this one's not profitable, but it just let me show you this one here quickly, because this is one I've just got up. So this is an option you can have on SellerAmp, and basically it takes your cost of goods in the UK, and it tells you the sales rank in all the different countries, like UK, France, Germany, Spain, and Italy, and tells you the profit you'll make. Now, obviously, this one here is not very profitable. In fact, you're losing money, which is fine. But sometimes there are opportunities. Maybe Germany, for whatever reason, they're paying more money for something. There's an opportunity for you. Here's your nugget of knowledge beyond all the nuggets of knowledge I've given you. Yeah, let me find one I had the other day. What was it? I found one the other day where I basically bought it just for Germany. If I can find it. I obviously don't want to give away what it is. I think it's one of these ones. Oops. Let me see if I can open it up. Get it into Amazon quickly. Sorry, this makes for terrible viewing. But one thing I can't really do is reveal my store too much. I'm sure some of you have tracked it down already. But yeah, let me get this one here. So this one here is profitable in the UK. And this is what it looks like in the UK. Actually, I won't show that in the UK. But this is what it looks like in Europe. I'll put it on the screen now. So this one makes about £27. Oh, there you go, £29, sorry, in the UK. But look. Oh, God. Sorry. It's going everywhere. France, £51 profit. Germany, £40 profit. Spain, look at that sales rank in Spain, £60 profit. Interesting, eh? So, yeah. Very interesting. Do you pay in euros? Yeah. So the way it works is every single store, so when you do European, you got obviously UK, which obviously you guys got now. You've got Germany, France, blah, blah, blah. Every single store is its own, essentially like Amazon Seller Central. It has its own balance, it has its own account health, has its own inventory share, to be fair. It's got its own account balance, store health. It does get paid in euros, or if you sell in Sweden, it's in Swedish crowns. And if you do Poland, it's Polish schmeckel. I don't know what Poland one is, sorry. Polish, it's PL, Polish, oh God. I don't know what it is anyway, so yeah. And then obviously when you get paid out, it pays out into UK, so into the bank balance. So yeah, I don't know actually the conversion how it works, but yeah, that's how it works. So yeah, they've all got the own account health. Sometimes you have to ungate certain brands in other regions as well. Where UK doesn't necessarily mean it's ungated in Germany, for example. But yeah, so own separate. Exactly, Brad's on it. Like Brad's on it. Brad's always on it, to be fair. Zloty. Okay, yeah, there you go. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Okay. Learn something new every day. Awesome. So yeah. So Poland obviously decided not to go into the European into Euro. Yeah. So they've got that. So that's one to be careful of, by the way, when you're repricing. So make sure you don't get them confused with euros, because 100 euros is not the same as 100 zloty or Swedish krona or crowns, where it is, because yeah, it's significantly less. I remember I accidentally sold a pair of Nike trainers to someone in Poland for £1. I was like, oh well, I've lost some money on that one. Whatever. It was only one, thank God, only one in stock. But yeah, I repriced it to £1 because I put, I don't know, 80 PL or something like that. Yeah, it was zloty, and then it was like £1 basically or something. So yeah, that was a bit stupid of me, but yeah, so I made that mistake. You've got to be careful of that one. But yeah, because those countries, I thought they were, for whatever reason, on that particular one, I was like, oh, it's Euro. Messed it up. So using EFN, we're on all the topics there. It's awesome. Using EFN, do you need to change anything in SaaS to get real profit shown correctly? No, it does it for you. Now, is it 100% accurate? I'd say probably not, but it gives you an idea. So I wouldn't do anything that's super thin margins, super thin profit, but you've got to factor in shipping and stuff like that. But yeah, once you put your cost of goods in, it basically factors in the shipping and things like that, so you're all good to go. And obviously just remember as well that it doesn't matter whether you're VAT registered or not in the UK. When you sell to European Union, you have to pay the VAT. Amazon take it off you. That's part of the deal. They take the VAT off you. You get charged VAT. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that's the only caveat I'd say to it. But yeah, it's just one of those things. When you're sourcing, just have a look and see. It might not be profitable in the UK. Just scroll down on SaaS or put it on SaaS and have a look and see. Is it profitable in the EU? Could there be an opportunity there? There might be. There might not be. You could factor in sales. I mean, actually, what's interesting is sales rank in Spain on that one was 479, but obviously it's a smaller country. So let's see. So UK, it's UK sales ranks 1585, and that sells about. It was a Prime Day deal, so I'd probably say 200 a month. It's obviously spiked a little bit because of Prime Day. In Spain, let me zoom out. Apparently, I'm zoomed in. It only sells 100 a month, so because it's a smaller market. And that's got a way higher sales rank. So that's where sales rank obviously depends on the population. So just factor that in as well. But yeah, and then obviously, what was it in France? It's 1500, same as UK. And the sales rank is 100 as well, actually. Okay, so yeah, maybe there's not many people buying in France. So just one of those things. It's kind of interesting to have a look at that and think about that when you're sourcing. Could be some very good opportunities. I'll be honest, I don't always do it. Sometimes I miss out on deals, but there could be some really good opportunities there. There is so many opportunities to make money. It's insane. If you're willing to think more outside the box than anyone else, put more barriers around your products, then yeah, you can make some really good money. So awesome, guys. So any final questions? Otherwise, I'm going to wrap this up. I went on for longer than I thought, but I love doing this, guys. So I'm always happy to go on for a bit longer. But yeah, it's been absolutely awesome. I appreciate you guys so much watching the channel and being in the community and stuff like that. I really do appreciate the support. It's been awesome. Again, if you want to show extra support for me, check out OA Hero. That's awesome. Or if you're going to sign up to any kind of links, use my links as well. Doing this all for free. It's all through affiliates and stuff, and obviously my own software now as well. But yeah, and any feedback, by the way, you got for software and stuff, fire it away. I'm always open to improvements. Under no illusion that is perfect. Always room for improvement. But yeah, guys, I really appreciate you guys coming on, and I'll leave it a minute or so if there's any other questions. But yeah, otherwise we'll wrap it up, and I'll be back again on Wednesday, 8 p.m. I don't know if I should start earlier. What do you guys think, 7 p.m. or should I keep it to 8? I'm not sure. Yeah, no problem, Radio. Absolutely. I'm glad to have you here, mate. Appreciate it. Glad to have you here. Yeah, I was thinking 7 p.m. I don't know, but it's one of those weird ones, isn't it, really? But yeah, sometimes I'm a bit tired at 8 p.m. So, but yeah. Maybe I could do 7 p.m. and do like a 3-hour stream. But yeah. Anyway, we'll see. I'll stick to 8 p.m. now. It'll be Wednesday, 8 p.m. I'll try and get a theme going. I'll think maybe do some OA sourcing, something like that. So totally selfish, 8 p.m. is better. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, that's fine. That's cool. Brad, considering you're a regular viewer, you've got a lot to say. So 8 p.m. is fine. To be fair, once I get on these, it wakes me up and I'm all good. Sometimes I just lag a little bit. But yeah, no, it's all good. Appreciate you guys. Thanks very much for watching. And then don't forget, all links in the description, OA Hero, and check out that wholesale video as well. It's absolute gold.